Okay, so ayun, welcome back. Today we're gonna talk about relationship for hydraulic conductivity of cohesive soils. So normally guys, pahapyaw lang naman itong gagawin natin. Follow lang natin yung syllabus, pero there's no need for us to go an in-depth, okay, in-depth study in here. Kasi yung determination naman ng hydraulic conductivity, normally kasi experimental naman siya for cohesive soils. Okay, so in this case, let's try this example number 1. So for normally consolidated clay soil, the following values are given. So we have the void ratio and yung kanyang hydraulic conductivity at that specific void ratio. So estimate daw natin ang hydraulic conductivity of the clay at a void ratio of 0.75. Use K equals C multiplied by E raised to N all over 1 plus E. So normally ito talaga guys yung binibigay na formula. Okay, so we'll just focus on this formula. Okay. So, it was mentioned earlier, guys, doon sa LMS, na yung C natin and N natin are constants to be determined experimentally. Pero in this case, paano natin siya i-determine? Okay? So, meron siya guys binigay na void ratio and yung kanyang hydraulic conductivity at that specific void ratio. So, similar to what we did earlier or previously, on the problem number 1 in the hydraulic conductivity of granular soil, pwede tayong mag-ratio and proportion in order for us to determine yung mga constants. Okay? Now, gawin natin to. Excuse me. So, try natin to. Gawin natin yung parang ginawa natin sa problem ng example 1 dun sa granular soil. So, we have K1 over K2 is equal to C multiplied by E raised to N all over 1 plus E. Okay? So, E1 pala ito. Ayan. E1. All over C times E2 raised to N all over 1 plus E2. Ayan. So, as you can see, magka-cancel yung C dyan and hindi pwede mag-cancel yung N kasi magkaiba yung base nila. Okay? So, what is our K1? Our K1 is equal to 0.302 times 10 to the negative 7 all over 0.12 times 10 to the negative 7, which is equal to 1.1 raised to N all over 2.1. Diniretso ko na guys ha. Hindi ko na papahabain pa yung pagsusulat ko. Okay. All over 0.9 raised to N all over 1.9. Okay. So, using your calculator, ano magiging value ng N natin? Okay. So, the value of N is approximately 5.1. Okay, 5.1. Okay? So, yun yung value ng N natin. Next thing that we're going to determine naman na is yung value of the C. Okay, so what will be the value of the C? Since meron tayong N, pwede tayong gumamit ng kahit ano din sa dalawa, dito, para makuha natin yung value of C. Okay, so we can say K1 is equal to C multiplied by E1 raised to N all over 1 plus E1. Ayan. Now, K1 mo is 0.302 times 10 to the negative 7, which is equal to C multiplied by E1 mo is 1.1 raised to 5.1 all over 2.1. Ayan. So, what is now the value of your C? So, as per the book, the value of the C is 0.39 times 10 to the negative 7. Ayan. So, meron tayong value for C and value for N. Now, we can compute for the hydraulic conductivity when the void ratio is 0.75. Okay? So, K at 0.75, lagay ko na lang dyan, is now equal to C 0.39 times 10 to the negative 7 multiplied by 0.75 raised to 5.1 all over 1.75. Ayan. So, what will now be our K at 0.75? Okay? So our K now at 0.75, that is equal to 0.514 times 10 to the negative 8 cm per second. As easy as that, guys. Ayan. Ayan. So, ito yung magiging sagot natin. Yan. So, yun lang. The step is to determine the n first, and then by ratio and proportion you have to determine the n. Next thing is you're going to determine the c, and the last thing that you're going to do is solve for the hydraulic conductivity given yung void ratio. Okay, so that is now your hydraulic conductivity at the void ratio of 0.75. Okay, yun lang naman guys. So we only have one example for this one.